Hello and welcome to the show. Now, when buying a property, there are lots of hoops to jump through and bills to pay before you finally get handed those keys.
Yes, but you can speed up the process and avoid a lot of hassle if you head down to your local property auction.
That's right, Dion, because that property could be yours in under a month, and then you can get cracking with the work. It can be a lot quicker to buy under the hammer. If I had £1 for all the stories I've heard around properties being bought at auction...
You would all be very, very rich, but I still get surprised by some of the stories.
Well, it's time to find out more about the properties on today's show. Martel's house was singing, but in Stoke, the property I saw was shouting. Rarely has a house screamed out, "Convert me to flats!" I'm in a polycentric city centre. Yeah, I don't mean it's full of parrots, but comprises of 6 towns in North Staffordshire. Yeah, once again, I'm in Stoke, in the Oak Hill district to be precise. The first thing that looks a bit tight is the parking. Well, what am I here to see? Well, it is a double-fronted, 3-bed end of terrace. Guide price at £70,000 plus. Now, we love end of terraces. Double-fronted, though, wow. What they mean is big and, oh, boy, from the outside, looks massive. Oh, he says in a Frankie Howard kind of way. Now, there's a layout you don't see very often. Yeah, stairs going that way off this sort of entrance area here. It's almost like it could be 2 flats. Potentially, perhaps it could be, because you've got like this internal door which leads through into whatever's through here. But, you know, interesting. Whoa, talk about interesting. What is that? Now, that is not necessarily a roof decoration you would have expected. Get rid of that. But the large reception room on that side, large barn-esque reception room on that side, really large. Large seems to be the word we're using a lot here. Large rear room here with large windows. However, when it comes to the kitchen, the word is not the L word. It's actually the T word. Tiny. Not good. So clearly, some modification of walls required. Of course, some people prefer to keep the cooking separate from the dining area, but you could still make the kitchen bigger by pushing out where currently there is a sort of lean-to. Most of the rooms feel quite dark, but there are some nice original features. The odd hole in the ceiling needs more than a touch-up. In contrast, the decor in the downstairs hallway is very 70s, and no space is left unutilised. Well, upstairs, and rarely has a house screamed out, "Convert me to flats!" more than this one, because you've got this communal area here. So all you'd need, basically, is a stud partition wall and a separate door here, and then you've got an upstairs flat. Obviously, you're going to have to put a kitchen into it, and you'd obviously have to apply for planning permission, of course. It's got a bathroom with a loo, so that's all right. So flat's one option. Second option, perhaps, house of multiple occupation, you know, lots of rooms, student lets, or just one huge, wonderful family home, and a really nice-sized one at that, it would certainly be. A few issues to sort out. So there was a bit of an issue downstairs with the ceiling, and it carried on up here. I don't know what's going on there. Needs a bit of investigation, could be the roof. Part of a plan of renovation works that you're going to have to undertake. But first of all, decide what you're going to do with it. And you've got lots of options for sure. The front bedroom also has leaded windows, and there is a small lobby off the bathroom. Could this knock through into the front bedroom as an ensuite or dressing area, perhaps? The middle bedroom, as well as having old and therefore likely combustible ceiling tiles, has a horological feel. That's a collection of old clocks. something which continues in the back bedroom, which makes the third good-sized double bedroom up here. Well, here in the back garden, it looks like someone's been really busy with the chainsaw and have cleared what must have been a forest of conifers at some stage. Unfortunately, the stumps remain, and that is going to take some major machinery to get those out. But what you have got is you've got a nice sized space, you've got rear access to there, and then you look at the house, and yes, again, so huge compared to the other ones in the street, and crying out for some kind of an extension. That said, the house is large already, so it really comes down to what you want to use the house for. Certainly increasing the size of the kitchen would be a brilliant thing to do. We invited an estate agent along for her impressions, valuations and local knowledge of the area.
It's a very popular area, very close to the hospital, very good for commutability to both the A500 and the M6.
What would she recommend to improve the appeal of the property?
It's unfortunate in a house at this size that there isn't a bathroom downstairs. If that could be created somewhere, then that would improve the saleability for today's family.
So, what could it sell for as a family home once tweaked and refurbished?
If the property was modernised to a basic standard, we look at all the safety issues in it, but just for resale, unchanged, I would say it would be on the open market for around £120,000.
What about dividing it into flats or an HMO? Is there any potential there?
It also lends itself to possibly splitting into house of multiple occupancy and renting out room by room. Considering the area that we're in as well, we do have a lot of workers from the hospital that may look for this kind of share, and you'd have enough communal area to make enough bedrooms and probably get a really good return.
The agent thinks that the new owners could achieve £60 per room per week if it was turned into an HMO, giving a monthly rental income of £1,440 per calendar month, assuming that there were 6 rentable rooms. Well, it does need work, but this is a house with absolutely loads of potential and loads of different ways it could be used. Yeah, a good auction find. Let's see who bought it when it went under the hammer.
Start me off at, well, can I say 70? Can I take it on the guide? 60 then, should we say 60? 60, thank you. Can I say 62? I'd like to say 62, 64, 66, 8, 70, 70, 70, 72.
With the guide price finally surpassed, bidding hots up to where we rejoin at 75,000.
Oh, you're back at 75. Tough contest, this one. Where should we go next? 75 half, I think. Is that a bid, yeah? Well, I'm not doing 250s now, surely. Oh, go on then. 70,000, what was it? 75 and a quarter. Give me 75 and a half. 75 half, 75 three quarters. It's only because it's so late in the day. You can't chop it in half again. 75 and a half is here. You want to make it 75, 750, yes or no? 76, quarter. First time at 76,000 is here. Give me 76 and a half now. 76 and a half. 76 and three quarters. 77, quarter. Half. Once, twice, 3 times. Yours, well done. 77 and a quarter. I don't want anyone getting any funny ideas now about the quarter bids.
The cheeky, successful bidder who even tried to bid in £125 or an eighth bids was Vasant, and it was his first time at auction, although he renovated a property before in 2005. He works in IT for an online betting company, and he brought his wife, Neetu, and their children, Dwani and Drew, along to see his new £77,250 purchase. Neetu, Vasant, lovely to meet you both.
Lovely to see you too.
Congratulations. Tell me why you wanted to buy this house.
It is an investment property. House is quite nice, quite large, and so we will study area. If it is good, we may think to move in as well.
Oh, right, OK. Wow, so this could become their new home. But that raises the most important question. What do their kids think of it?
Well, they like it, but I think they would like it more when it's nice and bright and warm.
Yes, of course. So tell me what you're going to do to it then, to sort it out.
Well, to start with, we think that the kitchen is quite small there. We'll take planning permission and make completely kitchen outside, and it requires window replacement as well. They need to go double glazed windows. There's some glass painting lovely on the windows. We'll ask window manufacturer if they can fit that and make it somehow double glazed.
Oh, right, OK, that'd be nice.
We like the features in this house.
Yes.
So we will try to keep them.
It was built in 1906, so we would like to preserve as much as we could, but still making it to the modern standard.
Will you get builders in to do the work?
Yeah, we will get the professional in, but same time, we will do some work ourselves as well. So, like decorating, a little bit flooring,
A little bit of gardening.
a little bit of gardening.
I love gardening,
Okay.
but I can't take the tree stumps out. So
Okay.
someone's got to do it for me.
OK.
Yeah.
Once Vasant and Neetu have hired a professional to get rid of those tree stumps, they will put in a single-storey extension that will house a modern kitchen and downstairs bathroom, hoping to do it all for a budget of £25,000. This sounds like it will fit their potential plans to move in and live here, but it won't be their forever home.
And then we'll think in the future, we make a buy-to-let property in the future and move into another house.
If you're doing that, you might want to increase the number of rooms, perhaps, bedrooms, and have that extra room downstairs as a bedroom.
Yeah, but at the moment, our budget is just up to that limit.
Yeah.
So we don't want to spend unnecessarily more money now, but we'll look into the future. But at the moment, we'll make house nice and modern, up to the good standard.
Ah, great. What's the timescale?
We think that it may take 1.5 to 2 years. to
2
get-
years?
Yeah.
Can you wait that long?
Because we don't know how quickly council moves with planning permission wise.
Oh, I'd like to think you do it before 2 years. A year, let's
The thing is, he's busy with his work.
Oh, OK.
Yeah, I haven't got time at all myself. So-
Right. Well, you've obviously got somewhere where you're living at the moment that you're happy, so it's not, it's not some major...
we are happy there. Our house is big enough for us.
So it's not an urgent need.
It's not urgent need.
Well, listen, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with it. Well, we look forward to seeing how you both get on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, Neetu and Vasant have got themselves a potentially lovely family home here. But 2 years to sort it out? Come on, you can do it quicker than that. Realistic budget, though. So I can't wait to see how they transform this house. You can see later in the show. Well, having a clear end game is really important when it comes to renovating property.
That's right. The standard of finish will be different depending on whether you're going to sell, rent, or perhaps even live there.
Yeah, we've seen how one property went on. Let's find out how the other two got on.
I'm back in the Oak Hill district of Stoke to catch up with that double-fronted end terrace, guided at £70,000 plus, that needed some pretty thorough modernisation throughout. Despite that, the word of the moment was... really large. Large seems to be the word we're using a lot here. Large rear room here with large windows. So much larger than life. I'm gonna watch it grow. The property was bought by Vasant and his wife Neetu for £77,250, and the house would grow even more with a kitchen extension. And I was pleased they wanted to retain some of the charming features.
We like the features in this house.
Yes.
So we will try to keep them.
After completing all the work, they were considering making it into their family home, but it was their timescale that really got me.
We think that it may take 1.5 to 2 years.
Oh, I'd like to think you do it before 2 years. A year. Well, it turns out I was wrong and they were right, because here we are 2 years and 2 months later, back to see how they got on. Would you look at that? It seems like taking the time has really paid off here. This place looks great. That single-storey extension was added onto the back and the old bay window was removed to create a large open-plan kitchen, dining, living room space. The remaining outside back garden space has been split into a patio area and a large double driveway. The old kitchen has been transformed into a utility and shower room. Furthermore, the two downstairs reception rooms have been beautifully transformed into bedrooms. So obviously, the layout means it's not going to be the family home after all.
Initially, we wanted to move into this house because we liked house so much with features and everything. But our daughter was moving to high school and her convenient school was close by where we live at the moment. So then we decided to stay where we are at the moment.
So this is going to be a house of multiple occupancy, which has required Vassant to comply with the local council's guidelines on safety for HMOs. Moving upstairs, the 3 bedrooms up here have also undergone a transformation. With some careful reorganisation of the space, Vassant and Neetu have managed to add ensuite bathrooms onto the larger middle and back bedrooms upstairs, an addition that's sure to increase their overall rental income. They've also given the bathroom up here a really nice finish too. So, with all this work to prepare it for an HMO let, are they still planning on living here at some point in the future?
This property, in a way, that is HMO as well, but in future we can come back, so it is still family home.
It's great that they haven't ruled out living here in the future. True to their word, they have managed to carefully hold on to many of the property's original features and upgraded some windows in keeping where required. What else did they do?
The fireplaces, we actually pulled out fireplaces, we refurbished the entire fireplace and put back in. And all the architraves and everything we put back in. The arches are been preserved in the original condition, and all the covings have been preserved in the original condition as well.
It's clear that Vassant and Neetu have been meticulous in their renovation of this place. In a house this old, you can expect problems, and in this case, dry rot and rising damp were discovered.
When we removed all the flooring, we realized entire joist and a first floor and ground floor we had to replace completely. So that was unexpected. There was a rising damp in the property because of these properties are very old. We had to remove all the plaster 1 meter away in certain area, but we decided to do entire house regardless.
And Vassant was just as meticulous with his accounts as he was with the renovations.
On renovation, I spent £88,884.67. I kept very close log of all the purchase was done, material and everything and labour.
Wow, Vassant's budget was £35,000. Now, having spent £88,000, that takes his spend to, well, let's round it up to £166,000. Vassant got in the necessary trades where required, but he had lots of help from friends and family and learned lots of new skills himself, like fitting windows and restoring moulding and coving. It's been a labour of love.
Vasant was working here for a few days, and in between he was spending some time with us. But still, all the time in his mind, this project was going on. And it's been more than 2 years now. So me and kids, we will be really happy that we will get him back.
We asked 2 local estate agents along to look at this HMO.
First impressions are really good. It's been done to a tremendous standard. Very well thought through with the en-suites, and it's fully geared up for a home of multiple occupancy.
So, if the couple were going to sell this as a going concern, what would their £166,000 investment be worth?
As a 5-bedroom HMO, I would suggest an asking price in the region of £185,000.
As a 5-bedroom HMO, the retail value for this property would be between £180,000 and £190,000.
I didn't think it will go that high because I thought we went a little bit over budget because of the quality of material. It returns us all the money we invested. That's the very, very
It's
good.
really good.
Good price, yeah.
The top valuation would mean a potential pre-tax profit of $24,000, but the couple won't be selling. So what kind of rentals could they expect?
The rental valuation on this property on a room-by-room basis will be between £400 and £450 per calendar month.
I would suggest a figure of £400 per month per room.
Yes, spot on,
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what we
what,
were
he said.
reckoning initially anyway. So that's perfectly spot on. Yeah, we are very happy to know that.
Taking the top figure, that results in a whopping 16% yield. It sounds as though they've made all the right decisions with this renovation. Does Vasant have any advice for any budding property developers watching?
Go with confidence. If your aim is right, you will succeed.
Well, after seeing a few of today's projects on the show, we hope we've inspired some of you to be budding property developers.
Or at least given you some inspiration for doing up your own home?
We'll be here to offer more tips next time on Homes Under the Hammer.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.